Hey guys, what's up? Mouse here again, and welcome to another workshop of Brilliant Light video. And a lot of you guys are asking for a guide on 25F. So I just finished my second run, but I kind of did a different approach here because this time I used my Min Byung-gu just to test it out if it's also gonna work. So my first run was on Maylin, my second run was on Min Byung-gu. And guys, I'm gonna tell you straight up, this stage is extremely difficult if you don't have enough total power and if your character progress is not enough. But I do believe that it's mostly about total power due to the penalty. So I'm gonna share with you guys everything I know about this stage. I'm not sure if it's gonna work for you, but I do hope that it's gonna give you some ideas on what to do here. Let me just show you the lineup that I used this time around. Here we go. I have 593k total power. The recommended total power there is 650k. So first thing, if you're in the red, I do think that it's like 99% unclearable, to be honest. Not unless you're like have a super whale character with, well, if you are a whale, then you probably don't have total power less than that. But yeah, so here you can get out of the red zone at 552k total power. That's gonna be the 85% of 650k recommended total power, but I do believe that it's still not gonna be enough. Well, it might be, maybe, but yeah. So my recommendation is to go for at least 90% of the total power to lessen the penalty. Again, guys, remember, even if you are already on the white, if your total power is still less than the recommended total power, you will still get penalty. It's just that it's not as bad as when you are in the red total power. Okay, so keep that in mind moving forward in this game. I recommend that you try to aim at least 90%. And 90% is about 585k. That's what I did in my first run, if I remember correctly. And then if you can get to 90%, 95%, even better. So here's my lineup, and here are the artifacts that I'm using. I'm gonna show you the stats one by one just so you're gonna have a benchmark on something to compare your character to. So let's go with Min Byung-gu. So I can already push this to A5. I haven't yet because I wanted to test it and show it to you guys that it's still possible even with less than A5. But this is A4. Okay, this is already A4, and I also have an A3 weapon here. So I'm just using the blessing set, of course. 20% damage increase when you tag out, and here are the skill levels, not really that high. And the main reason I tested this is because some people actually don't have Maylin and some people has Min. I think Min can pretty much do this even at A1 as long as you build him properly, and you can still get your total power from your Alicia or from your Saw. Okay, so you need at least A1 here to get that critical hit rate passive. Again, artifact crit rate still gonna be penalized, but it's not gonna be totally disabled. But passives like this one is gonna be very, very important. And of course, punishment, 15% increased damage taken here when you're in disguise. And for the ulti, you're gonna get extra crit rate, damage dealt, and this one as well. This one's really good there, especially if you have Saw, which is gonna be a huge crit rate based unit. So here is my Saw, 39k HP, 50% crit rate, 193% crit damage, death pen and damage increase is a bit high, and then water damage is 10.54%. So for this one, kind of there's no other choice there. If you're like me, somewhere in the mid tier, low to mid tier, no other choice there to get the total power. Okay, so and the skills here, 7775. One of the tips that I want to give you here is that in that map, if you are behind in terms of total power, even if in the white, again, even if you're in the white, you're gonna lack damage. Even if you have the blessings, you're gonna lack damage. Okay, so you have to have a properly built, can also deal and contribute some damage. And so if you have a Saw that can also deal good damage, then you can use Min, because Min will also benefit Saw. In terms of Maylin, She can also benefit Saw, but not that much. And what I found out in my own character is that Saw really has to deal some damage in this kind of progression like my account. And for my Alicia here, just the curse set, attack is 21.6k, damage increase is 19.22%, depth penetration is at 10.75%. And then I'm not using a water accessory. I don't have a water accessory yet for the curse set. Skill levels 10, 10. Make sure you max your core attack. And here we're using Tusk, but I think you can also use Igris all the same, because when you're in the penalty, kind of have to rely on RNG on damage and crit and precision as well. Alright guys, let's check the run. So first move, this is big. This is like one of the most important things that you can do here. You can do this even if you're using Maylin and Alicia. So what you kind of want to do is to position yourself somewhere here, because if you attack him from the starting point, then once he dashes, he's gonna go even further away, and once you kill him, you're gonna have to walk longer distance to get to the second boss. Okay, next I casted this, pre-casted the punishment debuff and first kill to get some energy going, and then I used the shadow and QTE to Alicia. So the reason I'm using this all together now is because cooldown's gonna end once I get to the second phase where I'm gonna need this. Just remember to add your iron, because iron has a defense decrease debuff. So as you can see here, bam, bam. So, and another thing here to take note is that even if you're breaking the shield, you kind of want to deal good damage. That's why we went for all of those debuff. And hold on, did you see that? Okay, frozen, some free hit there. Now in the corner near the barrier, what did you guys notice? It's not using the hide or the camouflage. You can break him fast that way. Not only that, you're gonna be near the second boss, you're also gonna be able to kill him or break him real quick. So all in, ult and min, as well as ult and Alicia. So my rule here is really to just go all in, because we need all of those extra seconds that we can save. Alright, so here just remember to use your second skill and pay attention to your grid stacks. Only throw your big skills once the grid stacks is up. Burning grid, as you can see there. Bam, didn't crit. Bad RNG. So a big part here, by the way, is really RNG on crit, RNG on precision, if you are below the recommended total power. Okay, so just take note of that. So let's go all in here. Do whatever we can. And as you can see here, even Saw is like dealing good amount of damage, because my blessings is not really on core attack only. But we're gonna check on that later. Alright, break again. Go to min. Now, your shadows, remember, again, iron, defense decrease. This is gonna be a good time to do your burst damage. Oops, okay. Bam. There you go. You can see it. So you just have to wait until it appears on the monsters debuff bar. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, easy. Okay, so boss number 3. We're now ready for that QTE. Then second skill, first skill, whatever. Break, dodge. Okay, so this one is a bit straightforward. Just have to break him fast. He's the softest, I think. Or probably just as soft as the first boss. So again, still waiting for that ult, because it's gonna save us one rotation, and while walking, it's gonna be on cooldown. So that's there's a bit of efficiency there. All gonna be the same. So the reason why min works here because there's gonna be a breaking phase in each boss, and that consumes time, as well as the distance that you have to walk, that consumes time. So even if you do your burst one by one with min's ult, it's still okay because it's not a continuous fight. So here again, QTE, ult, hopefully it will crit. It did. 1.5 million. Can actually use an ultimate blessing here. So even Saw really is contributing to the damage. That's one of the things that is really important here. Okay, burst damage again with the defense decrease debuff of iron. And burst. So after this, he's gonna do the... There, have to break it. Then go. Zoom in again. Another rotation with the ult. I think we can use the ult later. We can do that as well. It was too early, I believe, for this particular run. But anyhow, 2 million from Saw. There, you can see 486k. So Saw is really dealing good amount of damage as well. So in this case, we just have to be patient because the break mechanics is gonna appear after that flame breath. There you go. And then we still have that shadow. Let's go. And another buzzer beater. I think it's gonna be much easier for me if I much beat. But yeah, just to show you that it's still possible to finish this even without that. All right, so hopefully that helped you guys. Hopefully that gave you some ideas. Let's go back to the game and let me just show you the blessings that I used. Let's talk about the blessings. So my blessings right now, and I actually did a lot of tests here. During my first clear, my blessings were on critical hit damage. On my second clear, my blessings is also on critical hit damage. And now we have attack and HP. So what I realized is that my Alicia alone cannot really like carry the entire team. My Alicia is like super strong already. Like that's A5 with A7 weapon. Let me just show you. With attack 21.6k, with damage increase 19.2k. So when I tried the core attack, at least two of them, two purple, I think I'm not sure if it's weaker or well, it's stronger with Alicia, but the thing is Saw is not gonna benefit from that. And Saw's ultimate and the skills as well really help deal a good amount of damage. And which is why in this run, I just tried to recreate my first run where my blessings were on critical hit damage. But you can only do this if you have white TP already, because you're gonna have better chance to crit. And since we also have Min Byung in our team, that help us as well to be able to deal more crits and crit damage. So if you're using Maylin, well, in my first run, I didn't have core attack really, and finished that with around 8 seconds remaining, I think. So I'm not sure. It's possible that it's just the RNG on crits and precision. So yeah, sometimes the run is not good. Like there's gonna be 20 HP remaining. If you're very close already, like 15 or 20 most of the time, or even 30, you just have to keep on trying again. If you can record your run, make sure you do it, and check if you are critting on your most crucial skills, especially ult. Like for example, my Sauce ult like reach 2 million. So blessings are gonna depend on your character progression. So in my character progression, since Saw can also deal good amount of damage, then I think it's okay to do this. But if you're a one-man team with Alicia and just a semi-support Saw, which I think it's gonna be difficult. This thing right here is really not different from the normal mode. This is a total power game. You just have to get near that recommended total power, 650k. And once you do that, you're not gonna have any problems if you have a properly built character. Because a lot of people, I see a lot of people, even whales and high spenders here, struggling. That's normal. Okay, that's normal. Even though I piloted one account with around 650k, more than 650k, still buzzer beater. So I do know that this thing right here is actually very, very difficult. So yeah, hopefully what I shared here would help you guys clear this stage as well. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and make sure you subscribe for more solo leveling Arise guides, builds, tips, whatever you name it. So again, thanks so much. See you on the next one.